More Soldier here, and I'm back to talk about the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 6, and my thoughts on this episode. I thought it was a really good episode, probably the best one so far, and it's all because of returning characters. Nothing to do with Boba Fett, unfortunately. I think that's the biggest problem with this entire series, is they don't know what they're doing with Boba Fett. They have turned him into this character that is not Boba Fett, and there's just so much problems with him. If you take Boba Fett out of this show and just put Mando in, I think it's a better show. I'm sorry. And I feel sorry for the actor who plays Boba Fett, because you can see he's trying. You can see he's worked hard. But they don't know what they're doing with this character anymore. They have been so focused on trying to turn Mando into Boba Fett, they've kind of forgot if you're going to bring Boba Fett back, that means Mando's going to have to take a step back. And I don't think that's what Favreau and Filoni want to do with Mando, unfortunately. So they're stuck in this kind of limbo with Boba Fett. They don't know what to do with him, but they need to put him in this show. Well, they need to put him back in this universe somehow. And they've gone down this road of trying to make him this mafia boss, and it just doesn't fit Boba Fett's character. He looks weak in most of the episodes, or he looks stupid in others. And that's a problem for this series. And I don't think we're going to get another series or season of Book of Boba Fett. I think it's just going to be a one and done. And it's just going to be setting up for Boba Fett's role in the Thrawn trilogy. Because I actually think that's definitely happening. There's just so many signs that this is going to happen. But I'll get into that in spoilers. But other than that, I love the runtime. There was not a wasted second in this episode. I love the returning characters. One returning character could have looked a lot better, but I can kind of deal with that. But other than that, the CGI was great, the runtime was good, the story made sense, and I didn't feel bored one bit in this episode. And that's all I'm looking for when I watch Star Wars. Please don't make me bored, please don't piss me off, just entertain me. That's all I want. So if I'm going to give this, if you haven't watched this episode yet, go watch it. It's a great episode. Really, just watch it. So I'm going to go into spoilers now. If you don't want to hear spoilers, leave now. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the episode starts off with Mando heading to a planet to meet back up with Grogu. We all could tell that's what he was doing. And when he gets there, he's met by R2-D2, who takes him to this camp where a bunch of robots are building some sort of building. And as soon as I saw part of the building, I knew what it was. It was Luke Skywalker's training academy. And I remember the fucking academy, the fact this is the building for the academy, because that's where Kylo Ren blew him out of the fucking building in The Last Jedi. So there are connections to The Last Jedi, unfortunately. That is the same hut that Luke tried to kill his nephew in. Unfortunately, yes, they are connecting the shows now. So all the bullshit rumours that Kathleen Kennedy's gone, or that they're getting rid of the sequels, you've got to stop it now. To any of these channels that are doing that. She's not gone, and they're fucking connecting the shows. I hate it, I wish they wouldn't, but we've got to face facts. They're connecting this to The Last Jedi, to the sequels. It's bad, but what can you fucking do? Listen, I want the fucking sequels gone as much as the next true Star Wars fan. But you have to accept reality at some point, people. Anyway, so Mando asks to see Grogu, but the R2-D2 just shuts himself off. Then we get Ahsoka turning up, and Ahsoka takes him to see Grogu, but she wants to have a talk with him first to explain why he can't see Grogu. Now, whilst they're walking to find Grogu, we see Grogu and Luke training. And I love seeing this because it shows that Star Wars does have a brain. It shows that they can start training people. You know, you don't have to do what you did with Rey. Because again, that still pisses me off. It still pisses me off. In this series, we've had 2 people be trained how to use weapons and the Force. And they couldn't do any of that with fucking Rey. it's just embarrassing now. How the fuck has Disney not decided to get rid of The Last Jedi? I have no idea. But anyway, we get the scenes between Luke and Grogu training, which were great scenes. I love the fact we get to see Grogu coming more and more powerful. He's learning how to use his Force abilities. We get this epic scene with Luke picking up a bunch of frogs, because Grogu picked up one, and Luke trying to show Grogu what you can do with the Force, and that was great. We then get the conversation between Ahsoka and Mando, and Ahsoka tells Mando, you have to leave and you have to let Grogu become a Jedi because that's his destiny, and if you come back it's going to confuse the kid and he's going to want to go back to you and not be a Jedi, and you've got to let him become a Jedi. So Mando gives Ahsoka the gift that he brought for Grogu, and he heads back to Mos Eisley to meet back up with Boba Fett. We get a scene between Ahsoka and Luke. Again, the CGI on Luke is amazing. It actually looks pretty damn good. And this probably might be a signal that they are going to make a Luke Skywalker show, which I actually can't wait to see if they do it. The problems are basically, it's the connections to The Last Jedi, it's the connections to the sequels. Again, Luke Skywalker looks like this badass guy, but we know he's going to end up in The Last Jedi, which is a bad thing. But anyway, so we get Luke Skywalker teaching Grogu how to jump. He does this a great scene where he starts jumping around, getting chased by that training ball, firing shots at him. And it was a great scene. It was funny at some points, but it shows that they know what they're doing. They're trying to train Grogu how to be a Jedi, and that's great. Ahsoka then leaves and gives Luke the gift from Mando, and Luke then has to consider, does he give Grogu the gift or does he keep training Grogu? We then go back to Mos Eisley. Well, no, we go back to Tatooine, where Mando heads back, meets back up with Boba Fett. Boba Fett's in the middle of a meeting with his army, which is basically, this is all he has. He has a teenage bike gang and one Wookiee. Oh, and Fennec. That's it, that's all he has. Oh, and 2 pig guys. That's all he has as an army to fight the Pikes. They don't know what they're doing with Boba Fett. He's in this episode for 2 minutes, says barely anything, because Shran's running the meeting, by the way. Not Boba Fett, Shran. It just pisses me off, Boba Fett. It just pisses me off. Because he's taken a backseat to Shran. He is not talking. And again, I get the character didn't talk that much. But if you're running a meeting about your battle plan, why is Shran doing it? Why are you not doing it? Why am I just looking at a biker gang and a fucking Wookiee? Again, they don't know what they're doing with Boba Fett. They really don't. And it's fucking annoying. So Mando comes into the meeting, and says that he can find muscle for Boba Fett to help him secure Mos Eisley from the Pikes. And then he heads off into the desert to meet back up with the Marshal. And there was a scene in the beginning with the Marshal when he killed 3 Pikes and pretty much got rid of the spice that they had, which was a great scene. And so Mando meets up with the Marshal, asks him for his help to stop the Pikes from taking over Tatooine. But the Marshal and the townspeople don't really want to get involved in the fight because they already had a fight with the Krayt Dragon and they have peace in their land now. So he's kind of uncertain about what he should do, and the townspeople don't seem like they're up for a fight either. But the Marshal says to Mando, he'll talk to the townspeople and see where they stand. So Mando leaves and lets him sort out his people to see if they want to fight. But then we get this epic moment when the Marshal sees a figure in the distance, and as soon as I saw the figure, I was like, yeah, I know who the fuck that is. It's Cad fucking Bane, which I thought was great to have him back. I have got a problem with the Cad Bane thing, and it's basically, he doesn't look right, he doesn't sound right. And I get some people going to say he looks like Cad Bane. I get it. It's just the face looks weird, and he doesn't sound like himself. I don't know if they got the original voice actor. I don't know. Again, I think the scene's great, but he just didn't look right and he didn't sound right, unfortunately. But anyway, Cad Bane tries to make this deal with the Marshal. Says to the Marshal, the Pikes will pay triple what Boba Fett's paying. All he's got to do is stay out of it. All he's got to do is let the spice, come across his land and not get involved, and the Pikes will pay him a lot of money. The Marshal doesn't really want to do this because he's loyal to Mando. So he gets ready to shoot Cad Bane. The other Marshal, the deputy, is also trying to get involved for some reason, and then Cad Bane just kills both of them. I thought it was a really good scene. It really did feel like a Western at that point, and I really did like that. I also liked the fact that Cad Bane made the deal with the town, pretty much said to the town, listen, stay out of our business, and there'll be no trouble. Again, it feels more like a Western with that scene. So Cad Bane leaves, and the people go to see if the Marshal's still alive. I think he is still alive, personally. I think the deputy got a lot more shots than he did. He got one shot. The deputy got like 100 shots. So I think the Marshal's still alive. I think. We then go to the Mos Eisley, where two Pikes go into the bar with the Twi'lek woman, and they leave a bomb in there and blow up the bar. Which you could kind of see what was happening as soon as I saw the box in their hand. I knew what they were doing. It was a bomb, so it really wasn't a surprising scene for me. So the Pikes have blown up the bar, and I think that's pretty much the start of the war now between Boba Fett and the Pikes. The final scene is pretty much, I'm not going to say the best scene. I think it's going to be the scene I have the most problem with. It's the scene between Luke and Grogu, where he offers Grogu a choice. He gives Grogu the present from Mando, which is chainmail, and that looked a bit stupid. I mean, I'm not going to say, listen, I don't know how fast Grogu's going to grow up, but I doubt he's going to fit in that forever. And it just looked a bit stupid to me. But whatever. It's still a gift, so there you go. I would have preferred armor. I get chainmail is armor, but I would have preferred like sleeves or something. I don't know. Anyway, so Luke gives Grogu a choice. He hands him Mando's gift, but then he pulls out Yoda's lightsaber. How the fuck did you get that? Because the last time we saw that lightsaber was in the Revenge of the Sith, and that's when Yoda lost his lightsaber and had to go into exile. So where the fuck did you get it? Like, that's impossible. What, do you think the Yoda went back and grabbed it? No, he didn't. He ran for his life. He had no time to grab his lightsaber. And what, did he build another lightsaber? I mean, there's problems with this scene. And that is one of the bigger ones. Like, how the fuck did you get that? But anyway, so Luke gives Grogu the choice. He says you can accept the gift from Mando and go back to Mando, or you can stay here with me and train to be a Jedi, which is why he would give him the lightsaber. And then the episode ends. But the problem I have with this scene is Luke says you can't have attachments. But in the EU, Luke had learned that his father turned to the dark side because he kept his attachment secret from the Jedi Order. And so he said, and changed the Jedi Order so that you could have attachment, because that's a dangerous thing not to have for a Jedi. And it's just, it was a stupid scene. It was a stupid thing to say in the scene, and I didn't like it. And what also pissed me off about this episode, this scene is, we already know what Grogu's going to pick. He's going to pick Mando's fucking chainmail. Because, and it's not just because it's obvious because they need him for this 3rd season of fucking Mando, but because they can't let him die when Kylo Ren kills all the Jedi. They're not going to kill Grogu like that. So Grogu's going to pick the chainmail armor, and that's how he survived Luke Skywalker's Academy, because he wasn't there at the beginning. I think it's shit. I think it's just shit. So Luke's not going to be able to train Grogu because they have to keep loyal to the bloody sequels. That is bad. And that's the end of the episode. Again, I think it's a great episode. The problems are just the connections with the sequels, and they don't know what the fuck they're doing with Boba Fett. And I hope the last episode is good. I really am hoping for that. But you don't really know with Star Wars anymore. And that's the end of my review. If you like this review, give it a like. If you dislike this review, give it a dislike. And if you like my content, do think about subscribing. Hail the Fandom S, long live CG, and fuck SJWs. Bye.